This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. Let's do a few questions. We went to Twitter a week ago and said, hey, do you have a question for Bruce on Slammiversary from 2017? Just ask it here. And if you'd like to ask a question for next week's episode, I can't recommend it enough. Go follow us on Twitter at Prichard Show. Carl Hayes wants to know, was there any talent you hadn't worked with in the past that when you left, you thought you could do something special if given a chance in the future?
I probably thought EC3, and I would have loved to have had another run at Del Rio.
Charlie Thrower wants to know, Bruce, when you returned to Impact, did you have any heat for the 2 TNA episodes you had done?
None. Everybody wanted to talk to me about it.
Rajiv wants to know, how come we never saw Sanjay Dutt do anything in the ring with WWE? He was always one of my favorite TNA talents. It seems like he never has a bad match.
Sanjay was ready to move on.
Charlie Thrower has a follow-up question. Is Don West the absolute worst commentator in wrestling history?
Yes, but one of the greatest guys you'd ever want to meet.
I agree. Totally. Michael Eldridge wants to know, can Bruce reenact his infamous salad steel cage line?
Yeah. You know what? Fuck all y'all.
Wait a minute. We sold salad steel. Okay. We sold those shirts. You can't say fuck you after you.
It took me 10 times to watch that before I even could remotely come to the conclusion that anybody could hear that they're going to be in a solid steel cage. Damn it.
Michael Eldridge wants to know, in Bruce's opinion, had TNA/Impact gotten worse or better in between his 2 runs with the company?
Different.
Yeah. Different is the right answer. Instagram a wrestling historian wants to know, what'd you think of Lashley becoming a top player in TNA? Did you have any say in creative during your second tenure like you did in your first run there?
I didn't have as much say, but I did think that Bobby Lashley was coming into his own without a doubt.
Phil Snowden wants to know, where do you rank Josh Matthews and Scott Steiner in the all-time list of great tag teams?
Not in the top 5.
Concussed Jones wants to know, did you ever consider asking Conrad to come in as a mouthpiece for someone?
Yeah, we talked about it, and Conrad didn't want to do it.
You did give me a shout out on TV though, which was fun, where you're finishing a vignette. He said, yep. Okay. I'll call you back later, Conrad. And, I'm watching at home with Kansas. This is back when she still watched wrestling. She's like, oh my God, Dad, do you think that was you he was talking to? Which is just tremendous. Andrew, lots of people want to know this. Why was Robert Flores picked over Mike Tenay to commentate the pay-per-view, especially with the Matthews-Borash feud going on? Lots of people have questions about Flores. Was Tenay still at odds with the company here? Did he not leave on good terms? What can you tell us about that?
No, it wasn't that Mike left on bad terms in any way, shape, or form. It just was that Robert Flores was someone that they were interested in, and we're looking at him to do more than that.
Antonio wants to know, what's Bruce's take on Del Rio / El Patron? Great wrestler and great look, but it seems like he always gets in trouble. He did even right after this event. Of course, we acknowledge that they ultimately would strip him of the title, and that was when he wanted to hand it to Lashley, and Cornette took issue, blah, blah, blah. You know, Del Rio even had a fight with Tito Ortiz last year on pay-per-view, and I think they wound up throwing it out. Maybe they thought the fix was in. He's got quite the interesting story. What do you think is next for Del Rio?
You know, I don't know. I don't know if he's one of those guys that's just going to self-destruct. I hope not. But I thought that he was one of the greatest just talents in general. He had a good look, had a good rap, and he could go in the ring. So I just was always disappointed whenever he'd get derailed.
Well, I'm excited that we finally got to do this show. I've wanted to talk about the TNA run for a long time. Of course, famously back then we started to have to say, hey, we can't talk about current stuff, but enough time has passed. Now we can talk about it. And Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.